Hey, so what is going on, everyone? It is me, Mr. Mario, and I am really excited about this. Now, I don't do these type of videos too often because this is the second thing on Kickstarter I've ever backed. But so the first thing I ever backed, I made a video over it. So I figured, you know what, this would be appropriate. So for anybody that hasn't been around the channel for a long time, and even if you have been, you might have forgotten this video, the only other game I've backed is Mighty Number 9. And I made a video similar to it called Mighty Number 9, We Did It. And, or We Made It, something like that. And Shenmue 3. I'm just as excited about this, actually maybe even more excited because I really want to play this game. I've never been the biggest Mega Man fan, but I do enjoy Shenmue. I'm not a huge Shenmue fan or anything like that, but I'm so happy to see this come alive. Like many others, I thought we would never see this trilogy here, and it's so awesome to see, you all. It is so awesome to see. So for anyone that doesn't know, this series was dead for the past 14 years. The first Shenmue came out in like 1999 in Japan, in 2000, you know, in Europe and the US when it had the English dub. Shenmue 2 came out in 2001/2002, and then after that, the series has just been dead. And people have wanted it to come back, but Sega's been holding on to the IP, and normally, when stuff like this happens, you'll get things like Bloodstained, which is the spiritual successor to Castlevania Symphony of the Night. You'll get Mighty Number 9, which is the spiritual successor to Mega Man. I wasn't expecting to get this. I was expecting maybe like a spiritual successor to Shenmue. But no, this was announced on stage at Sony's E3 2015 conference. They had the Kickstarter Save Shenmue thing. Excuse me, it'd be weird if they shaved it. But they were originally asking for $2 million to fund this project here on Kickstarter. They reached that within 9 hours. I believe it is the fastest backed project on Kickstarter. I believe now it's also one of the top, if not the top. I'm pretty sure it's just one of the top Kickstarted games ever on Kickstarter. And in addition to all that, it's just, I can't believe it's happening, you all. I really can't. So it ended up finishing at 8:50 p.m. Central Standard Time. It is July 17th. And let's see, it had 69,320 backers, and they have pledged $6,333,295 US. That is just, I'm so happy, you all. Now, I myself have pledged $60 to this. I originally wasn't going to pledge anything to this. I'll be honest, I wasn't going to pledge anything. But two things. One, if you want to know more about Shenmue, this is not the best video. I would actually highly recommend checking out another person. I don't know him personally. I'm not trying to promote him or anything, but super awesome guy. I love his content. Adam Koralik. This guy is obsessed with Shenmue. He's obsessed with the video games. He's very well spoken and all that. And I'm pretty confident if somebody told him, if you die right now, I guarantee your afterlife will just be living in the Shenmue universe, he'll do it in a heartbeat. Like, I can almost guarantee he would do that. That's how obsessed he is and how in love he is with this series right here. But he's covered so many of the videos, so if you want more information, I recommend checking out his stuff. But with that, you know, not only he made some convincing videos talking about, you know, how to fund the project, why it would be good for anybody to fund the project if you want this to happen. But at the same time, you know, I really wanted to see this succeed. And I was like, you know, I'm going to buy the game anyways, because my plan was, the game's not coming out for another 2 years, minimum. Like 2.5 years. So my plan was, okay, I'll just wait for the game to be officially released and then I'll pick it up. But kind of thought about it, and one big thing was, I didn't want a digital copy of it. When it comes to games, I want a tangible physical copy, you know, something I can actually touch. They are actually providing that now. They ended up putting out a $60 backing, and you could get either a physical PC release or a physical PS4 release. I opted to get the PS4 release because I believe that's the system I'm going to be playing it on, and honestly, the PC is the only platform I don't want physical releases on. Like, I don't want a physical disc for PC. I would rather just get all my games through Steam for PC. And even if I had the disc, like, I probably wouldn't use it. I've had PC games where I buy them physically, they come with a Steam code, and I use the Steam code, I never touch the disc, and I throw it away after like a year or two because I never use it. So I would rather, for console, have a physical release of that. The only thing is, I noticed, it's weird. For some reason, that is the only one where if you pay $60 for the PS4 release, not the PC release, the PS4 release, you don't get the $5 reward, which is like a thank you and praise and participating in polls and all that. So the minimum you could participate to this was $5. And also at the same time, you know, Adam Koralik made a very good point. Even I thought about it, I was like, you know what, this is a good point. Normally, let's say I go to a store and I will buy this game for $60. That is going to help recoup all the losses and everything that were incurred while producing this title and while publishing it, marketing it, you know, pushing it out, anything like that. The $60 I paid right here not only is going to get me a physical copy of the game, but it will directly aid in development with this game as well too. So normally it's you pay $60 for a game so people can recoup their losses. This time it's like, no, I'm giving you $60 to help create the game and I get a physical release out of it. So I feel a little bit better about that. And also I just feel like it's for a better cause and all that. You know, I'm not saying, hey, donate to charity, anything like that, and I've done that before, but like for me, this is something I'm really going to enjoy when I do get to play it in a few years. But this is like a really far in advance pre-order. Now, Mighty No. 9, that was another thing. That's the only other game that I've backed. I backed that for $20, which was the minimum you could pay to get a copy of the game. I'm getting a digital copy of it on PlayStation 4. I actually just submitted my thing and all that, and that's coming out a few months late. But that was essentially I'll be honest, that was essentially my middle finger to Capcom. Just because at the time of its release, Capcom, just for years up until that release, had done just so many terrible, annoying, utterly stupid things that even me as a Mega Man fan, I paid $20 to Mighty No. 9, not because I was a Mega Man fan, but mostly just to spite Capcom. Like, me paying $20 to Mighty No. 9 was essentially me saying, hey Capcom, right here, just this, there you go Capcom, there you go, my $20, it's going that way. That's essentially what I was saying here, but this, I wanted it to succeed, and I'm happy. I literally said, take my money, they took it, so it's done. It's awesome. In a few years, hopefully I'll be playing it, but now that means I have about an estimated 2.5 to 3 years to thoroughly play through and enjoy Shenmue 1 and 2. I've only watched the Shenmue movie that came with the Xbox version of Shenmue 2, and I played through, I'd say, a decent amount of Shenmue 2. And I actually own the physical Shenmue 1 release on Dreamcast, but monitors turn off, thank you. I picked it up a few years ago for pretty cheap, but I never played it, honestly. I kind of had it as a collector's item, so yeah. Anyways, let's see what happens here, and afterthoughts on this Kickstarter. You know, they didn't really say what they were going to be, what the goals were going to be, stretch goals, anything like that. They did say they wanted $2 million, but $5 million would get Yu Suzuki the Shenmue that he is happy with, and then $10 million would guarantee an open world. I personally thought it was going to hit $10 million. I really did. Reason being is that it took 9 hours to hit that 2 million mark. It took 24 hours, I want to say. It was like 9 million. No, it was 9 hours to hit that 2 million mark, I want to say. So I was like, oh, this thing is going to be on Kickstarter for 31 days. It's definitely going to hit 10 million. And no, it's a little less than 6.5 million. So I was actually pretty shocked at that, but I think it's still going to be a good game. One thing I think they should do, though, like they did with Mighty No. 9, is even though the Kickstarter's open, I think that they should open up a PayPal account or something similar where you can pick what tier you want, and it's probably not going to be, I don't know if it would be the $5 tier, but you pick what tier you want, or they would limit it at least, and then you donate that amount, and even though you're not on the Kickstarter list, you are still able to donate to the game itself and get the rewards and all that. And the rewards I'm talking about are like the ones where, for example, Yu Suzuki was going to be giving out Ryo's watch with one of them. There's another one that was limited where it's like, you know, you can have dinner with Yu Suzuki and all that stuff. That stuff, don't put it on the PayPal thing. But anything else, like for example, let's say there's someone tomorrow where they're just like, they see this video, they're like, oh, I really want to support this, and they see that PayPal, and they can pay $60 to get, you know, physical PC release, whatever it is. I think that would be a good idea, and it's just more money in their pockets anyways to fund this game, so I think it would work out pretty well. Anyways, this is Mr. Mario signing off. Thank you all for watching, everyone. Let me know what you all think of this, and we did it. I am so happy, but this is going to be a long pre-order wait.